Hey everyone, I'm Carolyn from Tranquilmentor. Today we're going to be making sublimation stickers with Oracal 651 vinyl, HTVront clear sublimation vinyl, Scotch thermal laminate, and WalaSub adhesive vinyl sublimation sticker sheets. We're going to compare some different sticker making techniques and let you know which method is our favorite. We're going to be using a sublimated design that we made in Kittle. If you haven't tried Kittle yet, you should definitely check it out. We'll leave a link in the description. We're making a firefighter union decal with the Maltese cross. And what I'm doing here is I'm just lining it up and getting an idea of how much vinyl I need of the Oracal 651. And this is the permanent vinyl. Here is some sublimation HTV. It's by HTVront and it is clear, and we're going to use that for our sublimation also. And here what I'm doing is just getting the shape of that HTV vinyl and cutting that out into a square. I feel that that works best, really, to try to line up the squares together and have them meet at the edges. All right, and we'll size that up here, and that will be going upside down. I've mirrored the design also. That'll be turned over, but that's going to go on to the HTVront, that sublimated design, and that's on HTVront sublimation paper, printed out on a sublimation printer that was changed over, converted over to a sublimation printer. It's an Epson printer. And then just pulling back the beginning part of the clear HTVront. And I find that this works the best if you just start in a little area instead of taking all the backing off and trying to, taco, I think they call it taco shell or taco fold. But anyway, I'm getting one of my Dollar Tree, I'm trying to think of what we call this here. Can't think of the name of it. Scraper type tool, and using that to burnish this edge down. And I'm just taking this a little bit at a time, taking my time here, and then I'm going to get all the way to the end and just a little at a time, burnishing it down, getting out all of those bubbles, and just making sure that I get all the way to the edge. And it just works out better this way. And then I'm going to take this scraper and just go get the rest of the bubbles out. And it looks really good. I think that's going to work out great. And next I have set up here, and that's the packet all put together with the Oracal vinyl on the bottom. We'll get this set up next here. And I've rolled everything out and gotten all the lint off of everything. And then the shiny side is up. The sublimation paper is turned down, upside down. And then the design is mirrored. And I'm just taking some of my heat transfer tape here. Blue is my favorite. I do use the other one, but this just seems to work really good for me. It's a little bit more money, and I always try to get it on sale, but it's just one of those things. It just works out better, and maybe it's thicker or something for me. And then just showing you here is the other setup that we're going to be doing, but right now I'm showing the pressing of this, and I'm trying to do it as real time as possible. And as I was filming too, I had to move along pretty quickly, so at the end I'll show all of the outcomes of everything. And here my son's helping me out. He's really good with the heat, and I'm trying to steadily hold the camera for you, and forgive the angles here. This is the unveiling of the HTVront, the clear. And I think, with something like this, it really comes out, because sublimation's pretty much clear anyway. It's pretty transparent. So, what you can do is take it, and I have it on butcher paper right now, but you could put it on a white mug or, anything white or light, and it will really look good. I like the way that came out. Next, I'm folding up this other little packet that I make to put underneath the heat press. And we're just going to, I'll have all of the heat press times and the degrees, the temperature at the end. I'll put that all in. And this is our Scotch laminate. It's the thermal laminate. It comes in a sheet like this, and it's folded, and I just opened it up. And then what I'll do is there's a matte side, and what you want to do is make sure that the shiny side is up. And this will be made into a packet also. And what I'll do is I will put the thermal, or press the thermal laminate on, but we're going to do it in a packet, a little package, a stack. And we're going to take the Oracal 651, and then we'll take that Scotch thermal sheet and put that on top of it, shiny side up. And then our sublimation design will get taped on top of that and, you know, turned over, and that is also mirrored. All right, and then we'll get that packaged and taped up. And I'm not going to tack the other sheet on. I'm just going to put it in a package here, get it taped all up, and just get it pressed. All right. Okay, and we'll put the temperatures in for everything at the end, because you really can't see them. And then here's our packet. We're getting this opened up. And of course, you know, it's quite hot, so he's doing the best he can, trying to get this open. This packet was a little difficult as it got heated up very quickly. So we'll, you know, as he gets this taken off here, he'll get it opened up. And it can do the unveiling here. And you can see it too, and you can see kind of it, you know, it did bubble and everything. I do like the way that it came out, because it sort of looked like flames behind it. But I could have probably pressed it hotter and longer. You know, that could be an option also. However, it's okay. I don't think it will be my favorite one, but I think it's just okay. And I think it could be usable, just maybe not for exactly what I was looking for. I was really looking for a decal that I could put on the back of the car window. And that's what really, you know, this search was for, to find the best technique and the best product. And we're just doing some more pressing. And again, I will get those times in and temperatures at the end so that you can see each one. And then here's our packet after pressing. And what happened with this was, and I didn't get it on film because it was pretty melted and the paper was completely stuck to it. So I had seen some other YouTubers do this method, and I mean, it came out a little bit better than this just did. And there was a bubble in there, and that'll go away. But that technique, you just have to get the paper off, really. It was actually not too bad. It was sort of retro looking, but that was right on the vinyl. So this right here is the HTVront, and sublimated on just the clear. That's the one that we had to rub off. That's just the Oracal 651. That, you know, I got it maybe a little bit too hot, but it did. I really actually like the way that turned out. I think it's real vintage looking. This one actually, after a while, separated, and it can be usable. Like I said, it can be usable. If you have a sticker machine that you can, like a Xyron 900 or something, that you can make a sticker out of, and just, because pretty much that back vinyl just came right off, and it was just a clear, transparent sheet. So here is our method with that, the WalaSub adhesive vinyl sublimation sticker sheets. And here's one of the sheets. What I have is the back is paper and the front, as you can see, is real glossy. And that's what we're going to cut, but we don't sublimate on it. So on this HTVront sublimation paper, I have sublimated and, you know, did a print then cut, and I printed out two just so that I had two examples here. And what I'm going to do is I took a green Cricut sheet here, and you know, a green Cricut mat, well used, well loved and everything, because the back of these sheets are paper, so you don't really want a new sticky sheet. And the light blue sheet that I had just wasn't working. I think it was just too loved, as we say. It was used too much. So this seemed to work out really good, and it just didn't stick too much, but it stuck just enough, so to speak. I'm having the shape of the Maltese cross printed out now, and I'm just trying to zoom in here and get you a good look at what it looks like here. And I did heavy cardstock setting because I wanted it to cut all the way through, and then it weeded beautifully. I'm going to just pull it right off, and then the other extra, I'll use that another time. Just for the sake of the video, I was trying to get a couple of them cut out. I do have this, now that I'm going to go put this back in the print and cut, I am going to use my light matte here, my light colored matte, and you can see it's pretty beat up, but I feel that that one, you know, will work the best for this design. And then we'll just run it through it. The Cricut is reading the registration marks now, and just going through, looking at each edge. And then here, we fast forwarded here into the miracle of YouTube, and you see how nicely it weeded with that HTVront sublimation paper. And then I'm just turning my mat over because I find that it's easier if you roll the mat and it gets the paper off. And the mat was so used that it was pretty good. I held that paper on very well and came off very easily. So I'm happy with the way that those designs came out. And then I have a little cloth here because when I tried to do the roller, it was crazy. It just stuck too much to it. So I have a little lint-free cloth, and I just went over and cleaned off the two crosses here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn those over and match them up as best I can, and then those will go through the heat press, because as I was saying, that we have to remember that you can't run, at least at the time of this filming, you're not able with, my converted Epson printer, I wasn't able to run that through. I had to separately sublimate onto the sticker paper, the WalaSub sticker paper. And I'm getting my little packet set up here that I like to make, my blowout paper, and I'll have blowout paper on my press too, bottom and top. And then I'm taking my time here, and I would have actually taken a lot longer to get this lined up, but for the video too. And I am like overly taping because I was just didn't know what to expect. So I'm going to tape every little area so I don't miss anything, so that doesn't move, because this is a pretty intricate line up here that you have to do. You have to get them just right. And then, I've got all the blowout paper on. I've got my little package set, and I have my son doing the press, and we're all set here. And look how easily that pulled off. I mean, it just came right off of the design. No stickiness onto it, no paper. beautiful, just beautiful color. I just can't get over it. And that is a sticker. It's a decal. I was able to, it does curl a little bit. So, you know, if you don't like the curling, then, you know, it's not a product for you, but it's going to curl as it heats. It curls up, but it doesn't, once you stick it, it's not going to curl up. And I was off a little bit here too. And I think next time I'll do an offset, and then I'll do a, you know, I won't do bleed. So just do the offset and let the white go, because I didn't do that. But I'm really happy with the way it came out. I just think they're absolutely beautiful. And here I will insert the heat press temperature and times, and you can pause if you'd like to, so that you can write them down or take note of them. I will show a picture of them on my car so that you can see them. All in all, even though we did get some usable stickers, our favorite technique and materials to work with were the WalaSub adhesive sublimation sticker sheets. We have been searching and searching for a method that was easier to use along with the vibrant colors that sublimation is capable of giving us. After a lot of searching, we found Angie Holden's video where she demonstrates the sublimation sticker sheets. We will put a link to that video so that you can check it out. I like to give credit where credit is due. And Angie also points out that a major perk to these sticker sheets is that they're waterproof. We will come back with an update. So far, they have gone through wind and rain on our car window, but let's see if they can last through the UV test of the Florida sun. Keep a lookout for an update. We hope you learned as much from our trials as we did. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this one, and we will see you in the next one.